So, 2020, eh? It's, been a pretty tough year, eh? Right? Yeah, obvious joke aside, the entirety of 2020 has certainly been one rocky ride of a time to say the least. We had large-scale fires, potential risk of another world war, the death of Adobe Flash, and the big daddy of them all. You know it, you hate it. It's the COVID-19 pandemic that took the whole world by storm, causing tons of death and toilet paper shortages alike. This thing has managed to put every industry on hold and into a complete panic mode, forcing everyone to adapt to new circumstances in order to not get infected. Those include washing and sanitizing hands constantly, staying at home unless you have to leave for something really important, staying 6 feet apart from people, not touching your face, and the biggest stylistic change of all, wearing a mask. Now you can see, and have definitely already experienced this yourself, the effects of these new rules, like not being able to hang out with friends in person, tons of stores being shut down, things being delayed like hell, new work conditions, and so much more that I don't feel like listing because of how prominent the virus is all over the news and social media. But as some people could probably say, this year wasn't all bad, but the potential death by tiny particles could lead you to say otherwise. This is because of what's going on in some other industries and how they've managed to flourish despite the odds, such as the streaming and video game industries. Thanks to everyone being forced to stay at home, they would probably not have anything else to do other than fearing for their safety, or just watching Netflix. But the thing I wanted to talk about for this section was the miracle that came in the form of gaming. Despite everyone having to work from home and a bunch of delays, we still had plenty of huge notable titles that helped make the multiple lockdowns just a little bit more bearable. I'm talking about Animal Crossing New Horizons, Doom Eternal, Ori and the Will of the Wisps, Final Fantasy VII Remake, Ghost of Tsushima, not you, Hades, Half-Life Alyx, Spider-Man Miles Morales, Crash Bandicoot 4, and so many more. Hell, even Cyberpunk 2077 finally released, despite being a buggy mess, and an absolute joke on last-gen consoles. Smash Bros. Ultimate also got DLC in the form of Sephiroth from Final Fantasy VII, and goddamn Steve from goddamn Minecraft. Finally an indie fighter, which yeah, I obviously know is now owned by Microsoft, but the roots are still there. Notable games for me include Exit the Gungeon, There Is No Game Wrong Dimension, Ghost Runner, Super Hot Mind Control Delete, and the Henry Stickmin Collection, which was announced that the location from that game will become a map in Among Us, 2020's must-play game, that actually came out in 2018 FYI. 2020 is also the year that the new generation of consoles was introduced, being the PS5 and Xbox Series X and S, the latter I actually managed to get. Both huge hot-ticket items that only the lucky few can even purchase because of those pieces of subhuman garbage, aka scalpers. Taking advantage of the COVID situation, buying up huge quantities of these things and reselling them at higher prices. I mean, yeah, business is business, but making it so that people would have to wait longer to get one, because you'd have to be really desperate to buy one off of these fucking scumbags, is a move that would make even the devil blush and offer you a special seat in hell. And if you are one of those scalpers watching right now, we both know that you're rightfully deserving of it. Okay, I think I'm done my video ranting quota for now. All in all, 2020 was, at the very least, a pretty good year for gaming, all things considered. Now that I'm done talking about the year in general, let's talk about the things that I've done during that time. Wait, where are you going? Wait, no, don't go please! Obvious, no one wants to hear me talking about myself. Joke aside, I have actually done some stuff this year, despite the circumstances. In fact, I made a log of all the important stuff I've done, including what happened last year. Things like making this channel, which by the time this video goes up it would have already been the first anniversary, and I'm pretty sure I made some art celebrating it which should be up right now. I've hit more of a stride with my video style, though I'm probably going to change it in the future. I made a website that advertises and update constantly. I made a subreddit. I made a Discord server, which is kind of a mess despite there only being a few people in it. I mean, god damn it. I started using Photoshop more when making my artwork, which helped tremendously with improving the quality, such as character portraits and logos. I updated my setup with a gaming laptop, monitor and recording mic. I started to use, and stopped using, Blender. I made some custom rooms in Rec Room after years of barely touching the creator tools. And last but not least, I made a little comic series, being probably the first storytelling project that I've actually managed to put out for people to see, not including my YouTube videos. Despite getting very little to no fanfare on any of these ventures, or in simpler terms, none of the shit I throw at the wall seemed to have stuck, I still feel obligated to invest my time and effort into continuing to improve my quote-unquote skills, for no other reason other than I have nothing else to do. So fuck it, why not focus on this crap and see what happens? And this sort of flows smoothly into the future. What will I do in this year of 2021? My New Year's resolution per se. Well, I'm glad you didn't ask. So speaking of the focusing part, and as stated before in the bonus segment in my last video, I'm on a sort of monthly schedule or so, taking more of my time with videos to ensure better quality uploads and a better state of mind on my end, as I'm starting to get busier more with life crap to do. It also allows me to update aspects of the channel much more easily than before. Update videos are going to be dialed back a bit, if not outright cancelled because of the gap between uploads. If not, they're going to be quickly made and or shorter videos to get straight to the point. These, for the most part, will be replaced by my bonus segments. If I have something to share, I could just type it out at the end of the video, or make a quick upload in the style of my New Year's upload. Typical update videos often take as long as regular videos to make, and take up a video topic that could be taken by something else, more interesting. Now onto some of the juicier stuff, such as new content. So when I turned 17, I realized that, oh shit, I'm gonna be an adult next year, and wondered how I would commemorate and say goodbye to my past. Later I thought, hey, making retrospectives out of these could make for some decently entertaining content. What are those I'm talking about? Well, just the subjects of my next few major videos for this year, part of what I'm going to call the Childhood Trilogy. Because there were 3 big things that I was into back then when I was young that made major contributions to my life. Some of you may already know what they are if you paid any attention to my content, but just in case you didn't, I'll give you a hint for each. First off, we have a toy series that started off in the 80s that was basically an amalgamation of 2, or more, other toy series that started off in Japan. Second, is another older toy series from a company with a name that translates to Play Well. That company originally made wooden figures before what it was better known for. And lastly, probably the biggest regret I have in my life so far, the game series that was originally a spin-off of another series that started out on the PS1, but it ended up taking over the spotlight for a while, and also set off a very stupid trend in gaming. So those are the hints. If you think you've already figured out what they are, then list them off in the comments. And if you've already known before I've listed them off, then I hope you enjoyed the trivia. So what else is new? Well, I'm going to be making some more animated/animatic content. Maybe hold on my promise of making some sort of animated parts for Simple Toons alongside the mini comics. I might be doing some game reviews in the style of shorter videos of my regular content, such as my Rec Room and Super Hot series videos. But here, I talk about games that I feel like talking about. None of that new and trendy shite unless I want to. My website is probably going to stay the same for now, other than whenever I make new artwork. Though you should probably expect some sort of major updates for it as time goes on. The same goes for my subreddit and Discord server. I've been thinking of updating my games and releasing them on Steam for a while now, so later on that might just happen. I'll update you on that later on. I might make a PayPal account and do some commissions maybe. And I might also update my Fiverr account while I'm at it. I've been thinking of opening up a Patreon as well. Though we all know with the following I have, nothing's probably going to come of it until I build up an audience a couple of years later or so. Music? Ha! I'm just teasing you. Or am I? Podcasts. I might do them if my friends ever have time and are motivated enough to join in and help. Live streams are still being considered, but right now I have no reason to actually do any. And lastly, I think, I've been making various updates / improvements all around the board for my channel and content throughout its existence, and it'll come as no surprise that I'll be continuing to do so until I reach a level of quality that is seen as acceptable and truly worthy of gathering an online following, and then improve some more. Also, this part isn't really an update, more so a hope of what's to come, is that I might potentially apply it to a 3D animation course in the future, which would help in making what I make look way better than my current crap, or way worse if things don't work out. If this does work out, I might even have an excuse to continue the Learning Blender series, but maybe call it something else if I start learning another program. But again, this stuff is only what I'm hoping will happen in the future. And that seems to be it on updates for now. Thanks for watching the first shred of ambition and hope I've had since I started this channel last year. I hope that you've enjoyed what you saw, and that you'll stick around for more stuff to come. Anyway, I'll see you next time.